Okay, good morning, good afternoon and good evening and welcome to our You'll Never Walk Alone WhatsApp group and YouTube channel. So today is a bit different. Liverpool obviously are not playing, or on pause with the World Cup starting next week. But I've been bombarded with Ronaldo stories from, I think, every fan channel in the country is nearly doing their opinion on Ronaldo. So I thought I'd do one too. It's incredible what he's done. Probably the most famous footballer, along with Messi, in the world, basically has come out and smashed the fuck out of the club he's working for. It's pretty obvious what he's doing. He's looking to get out. He doesn't see a future for himself there, sitting on the bench. And to be honest, at 37, 38, you know, he wants more than to be sitting on the bench. Whether he's, you know, United are a better side with a minute or out of it, I don't watch United enough to know. But I'm just going to take face value what I'm hearing, and I'm just going to give my opinion on Ronaldo, the person, the player, and what I think is going to happen next. So, look, I was fortunate enough to remember Ronaldo starting his career. I'm about 5 or 6 years older than him, so I remembered his debut at Manchester United, and he was always going to be special. He served United amazingly when he was there. He gave them good service. They paid, I think, at the time, which was crazy money at the time, about 25 million for him, I think, at the time, or 15 million. But at that time, it was a lot of fucking dough. And, you know, he turned into be a superstar. Obviously, United couldn't hold on to him after winning the Champions League and the Premier League. And, as usual, Real Madrid came sniffing. And when they come sniffing, most of the big European players want to go and play for them. So he was no different. So he broke Alex Ferguson's heart, demanded a move, and United let him go for, I think, 85 or 86 million at the time. Obviously, he goes to Real Madrid, wins fucking so many trophies, millions of Champions Leagues, millions of Ballon d'Ors. Has probably gave Real Madrid the best of his career, and they gave him the platform to shine. Now, Real Madrid are sort of a bit of like a Barcelona. They're sort of a scummy club to their superstars. Like, there was no sentiment with Ronaldo, even after all the things he brought to them and all the trophies, and, you know, you always felt it was always about Ronaldo, which suited Real Madrid because they're all about themselves and Real Madrid. So, you know, it was sort of a match made in heaven. A selfish player with a selfish club, and between the two of them, they joined together, and for a while it was very, very successful. Now, he moved on to Juventus, which can only be described as a bit of a disaster. I think he took a step backwards going to Italy, and then obviously once Messi moved from Barcelona to PSG, you know, Ronaldo panicked a little bit, thinking Juve probably won't get to the Champions League, which ended up being correct. I better go to an English club, and what better to go back to Manchester United. Now, I've told many people before, it never works out when you go back. You know, the United fans, they were going crazy when he signed again from Juve. Like, you know, because they thought they were signing 27-year-old Ronaldo. They weren't looking at the player. So he joins last season, comes into a squad with Ole as the manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the manager. And, you know, he was a shit manager, there was a shit team, and he scored a ton of goals. I think Jamie Carragher put it best. He goes, Ronaldo will get you goals, but the team looks poorer for a minute. And it was such a shit team last season that it didn't matter. At least it was better than having, you know, nothing happening. This season, Erik ten Hag has come in. Obviously, Ronaldo has gotten, you know, the shits by sitting on the bench. It's pretty obvious Ten Hag doesn't really rate him that well. and doesn't see him in his plans. Ronaldo's not happy. He wants to go last season. Then there's this stuff with his kids. He obviously lost a child, and his daughter was sick from the twins that he had. And, you know, every fan came out and supported Ronaldo. Even Old Trafford gave him a round of applause and everything at a United Liverpool game at Anfield over that time. So, like, even like all football fans, even if they don't like Manchester United, especially as being a Liverpool fan, we hate them. But you have to acknowledge that that was a tough time in his career, and you know, United could have done a better job of protecting him from some of the things that people were hemming and hawing and saying about him. But anyway, he's gone out now onto Piers Morgan and has smashed Manchester United. The interview is over 2 nights, 2 hours. Like, seriously, what the fuck has he got to talk about for 2 hours? And there's not a fucking football fan in world football that won't be watching. Because he's interesting. And that's why I'm doing a video on him. You know, he's the most watched person on social media. I think he's got 500 million Instagram followers. He's the biggest guy online. And when he takes a shit, the world stops and looks. So, where's this going to go? This is a struggle for Ronaldo to get out, and for Manchester United to hang on to their golden goose. Do they want Ronaldo on the team? No! They want Ronaldo to sell shirts and to keep their sponsors happy. Because Ronaldo sells like Conor McGregor in MMA. You know, it doesn't matter where they are in their career, they're just money machines. And Ronaldo's had enough of it. He doesn't want to be a fucking marketing machine. He still wants to be a player. So he's come out, smashed the club, smashed the fans, smashed the owners. It was really nice about the fans. Smashed the owners, smashed Eric Ten Hag, and basically said the club is basically fucked. The facilities are run down, and that's not. Listen, Ronaldo's not the first to say that. If you look at it, listen to all the ex-players, they all say the same. You know, down to the microwave in the kitchen at Carrington was the same as what it was when he left. They can't even upgrade the fucking kitchen appliances. So he was trying to get his point out that it's a club in decline and he wants out. Now, why did he do this? Well, Piers Morgan is a friend of Ronaldo's. He gave him a real good... he's done a few interviews with him and he gets the best out of him. He's also very sympathetic to Ronaldo. And of course, you know, Piers Morgan being an Arsenal fan, he was only too willing to jump up and say, yeah, Ronaldo, I'll give you an interview. I'll let you shit on your club, especially being Manchester United. So I've been watching a few, like, because obviously it's a big story, because the World Cup's not here, the Premier League's on pause, there's nothing really to talk about. And then Ronaldo goes and gives us like 3 or 4 days of compulsive viewing. And he's going to expose everything at the club. And of course we're going to be interested, because if you don't like Manchester United, you want to hear all the grubby details. So it's going to be a big story. And it's going to get a lot of reviews. And the fucking interview hasn't even come out yet. It's Tuesday night in Australia. So it's probably Tuesday morning in England. It's got another 24 hours before the first installment. It's a 2-hour interview. So it's going to have things in it that I don't think any of us are going to expect or know. And look, from what I can see, that 99% of Manchester United fans are jumping up and down saying Ronaldo's wrong and, you know, he's burnt his legacy. And do I think he's burnt his legacy at Manchester United? No. You can't take the medals away from the man. You can't take the trophies he's won for years away from him either. Manchester United fans have been screaming blue fucking murder for 3 or 4 years now to get the Glazers out. And now the biggest player who's currently playing in the world and one of the goats of the game has come out and exposed the bullshit at Manchester United to try and put pressure on the owners to get out of the club, whether it's right or wrong or whether he's doing it for selfish reasons. I don't know. Ronaldo's very selfish. That's what you have to be if you want to be one of the greatest of all time. But I don't understand the fan uproar over it. Weren't you happy to get the Glazers out? Weren't you protesting and fucking running amok and you know, getting games cancelled to get them out, and now the best player you've ever had has come out and done the job for you, and now you're turning on him and backing Eric Ten Hag and the Glazers for more of the same. You fucking deserve this, the whole lot of yous. I hope Ronaldo fucking runs amok on your club, makes you a laughing stock, and then you still end up with the Glazers. And once the Eric Ten Hag fucking new effect wears off, and the old problems come back to haunches, it'll be the same shit again. When you don't spend money in January, it'll be Ronaldo was right. But he'll be gone by then. He'll have fucked off. But it's a bit late now. He'll remember who followed him and who didn't. And I think that's the reason why he's going to leave. They didn't let him go in the summer. They didn't let him. They weren't going to let him go at all. They wanted him to see out his contract for the simple reason he's worth a lot of money to them, but not as a player, just as a person who's there. And Eric Ten Hag obviously has different ideas. And fair play to Ten Hag. I'm not trying to, like, he's got the results without him, so you can't sort of say anything. But I think fans are missing the point. United fans, not so much. Rest of the fan groups don't really give a fuck. It's just amusing to watch United being pulled apart on live television, and all the things that we thought was probably happening, we'll now find out firsthand what is actually going on. So that makes it good for us fans watching, and it gives us something to talk about. But I'm 99% sure that Ronaldo has just finished his Manchester United career. United would be absolute dog shit to take him back now. It's obvious his head is gone. He's gone to the World Cup with Portugal. When he comes back, I think they come back on the 26th of December. That's 4 days before the window. I'd say he'll stay with Portugal till the January transfer window, and he'll get a transfer while he's back in Portugal, and he'll be gone. I'd say United will probably tear up and cancel his contract, and probably look to, you know, go after him legally. Now, Ronaldo's a billionaire, so I don't think he's too worried. I've watched some interviews with some solicitors that deal with professional footballers, and basically he can't get sacked for that. It wouldn't be in his contract. So I don't think they can get rid of him like that. Now, it depends on what comes out. I suppose we don't know, so it's all speculation, and I suppose that's why everyone's doing videos, to see what's going to come out. I'll obviously do another video after the interview and see what happens, but very interesting. Thank you, Cristiano Ronaldo, for making this week, when there's no football around, something to talk about while we're waiting on the World Cup. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Do you agree? Do you not agree? What do you think of the Ronaldo situation? Do you give a shit? And are you interested to watch his interview? Let me know. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back with more content throughout the World Cup about Liverpool, about Ronaldo, and about England and Wales and the home nations in the World Cup. All right. Thank you very much.